What's up? It's the Gigabyte Grizzly Brohemian, and this is a messed up time we live in, so I need you all to do me a favor. Wear your mask. Like this, not like this, or like this, or like this, like this. Wear your mask. It's for your safety and mine. Because if I see you without one, I'm gonna pump kick a mask onto your face. Got it?
Announcement from Benjamin.
Parental discretion is advised.
This show is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us and IndieWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Just Pro Wrestling News Podcast. No filler, no pop-ups. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. There's audio on Facebook now. Hello.
Okay.
We fixed it. But anyways, that's okay. The podcast will be fine.
Emojis in the chat for Brad.
There you go. It's just the
emoji.
emoji.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I don't want
For Bradley.
Nope.
And if you're on Twitter, but gifts.
Yes.
Please
Oh
tag-
no.
Yes.
I don't want. I don't like butts. Why are you sending me butts places?
Because you should like butts.
I don't want.
Bradley.
But I don't want any butts. You stop
Butts
shaking your head
are
up and down and
Bradley,
introduce
how
him
could
so I
you
can
have
yell at him.
watched
I love.
any of the wrestling this weekend and not gained an appreciation for butts.
There's a lot of good butts out there.
There are.
I gotta admit, and that's both sides. That's both sides of the field too.
Of course. Absolutely.
I can admit it. You know,
I-
I'm comfortable.
Yeah, like we were talking the top 5 before. I don't even know if they wrestled this weekend, but Sunny Kiss automatically top 5.
Well, all right.
Oh
he's,
God,
he's,
what the hell?
Exactly.
Somebody just like
He's
hit
a-
our window in the studio. So, but anyways, this guy's yelling at us outside. Anyways, with us, well, we're just gonna ignore what's going on there.
He
We'll
feels
give it
very
a try.
strongly about butts too.
There, exactly. So, Nick Griffin is with us, representing Victory Championship Wrestling. How you doing, sir? Hello.
I'm here.
Hello. But what's your position over there at VCW
I
again?
am the commissioner of Victory Championship Wrestling,
Yes.
and I am the backstage worker to help out with anybody that needs help, and I try to keep the Beast Man calm.
You're the Beast Man Wrangler.
9 times out of the 10 during the week, yes, I am.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I am living out a lifelong dream. I've known Sorg for 5-ish years now, and all I've wanted to do is be on this show.
His lifelong dream of being on the show.
Since I was 35, this is all I've wanted to do.
Since I was 35. There you go. But no, good to have you on here. We're going to talk about Victory Championship Wrestling. The second show is coming up here. So we'll talk about that here in a little bit, of course. So, but we'll get into that. But of course, check out everything at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Hit us up at that email address.
Good times.
Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com, 412-206-WMS0, at Mayhem Show on the Twitter, Wrestling Mayhem Show on the Facebook page, and of course we have a lot of great discussion on the Wrestling Mayhem Show group, as well as the Wrestling Mayhem Show Discord that you get from WrestlingMayhemShow.com. We do also have a Reddit if you want to share some stuff over there, and we're live every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Hopefully I've turned the sound on. Over on the Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook, over on the YouTube page, on our Twitter, as well as the Sorgatron Media Twitch and the IndieWrestling.us Twitch and YouTube page. All the places, and we do have about all the chat rooms. We don't have Twitter tonight, unfortunately, because we did not charge one of our phones to be able to pull it up. So we're down one, unfortunately. But anyways, yes, audio. They say there's a lot of peaches in the chat room right now from Tina and Ponder
No.
and Mike and
No peaches. Those
No
those
peaches.
are like imitation butts. I don't like them.
Bradley, this podcast is like President of the United States of America, the band. We've got millions of peaches.
No.
Peaches for thee.
No.
Oh yes. What the fuck is happening? What is that voice?
Ronnie.
Oh, I got here late. Hi, guys.
Ronnie.
Wait, what is this?
I thought you were going to bed. What is happening?
Oh, I'm so
I changed my
tired.
mind. I changed my mind.
I'm going to text Nick and say I'm tired.
Put the microphone in front of your face so we can hear you.
Microphone is in front of my
There you
face.
go. Now we can see it too. There
Now
we
put
go.
something else in front of your face so we don't have to see it.
Oh, wow, okay.
Oh, shut your mouth, Buttman.
Oh, Buttman. Oh, jeez. But anyways, I got to do the rest of the rundown, guys. Of course, please subscribe to the podcast and everything. And thank you to our Patreon supporters. I actually haven't seen if there's any changes from last week, but we had such a great showing for Patreon in the bank for the Mayhem Mania. Our friends at the Fan and Show level. No. Danny! Yeah, I was trying to figure out if I could do that while taking a drink of beer. We're not doing that. Also, Ed Burke and Team Hammerfist, our friends of the Poppy Club, Dave Potter and Bobby F. J. Town at the Pizza Club, Doc Remedy, Kyle Turner, and The Riz. And at the manager level, Bradley, And the
Bradley.
mother of dragons, Tina Keys, OccupyProWrestling.com, and at the $37 clerks level in a row, Mad Mike.
Sorg,
Your
your audio just popped
Holy
like crazy.
hell.
What?
Your audio just shot up like a mother.
Something's happening. Something's happening.
I'm deaf.
Okay, okay, it's a Zoom thing that's happening, I think. So,
boy.
that's interesting. Sorry about that, guys. So,
boy.
Zoom audio back is going a little weird tonight. So for our remote crew, but anyways, coming in hot. Am I hot on the feed too? What's happening here?
I can't even turn you down on my computer.
That's interesting. That is very interesting. All right, we'll play with that a little bit and see where all of that is going. I got to figure out which one of these buttons is you guys again. Check 1 2. Check
You're
1
so
2.
loud.
Hey, there you are. There you are. Hold on. There, we'll work on that. Well, live on the show, just generally, live on the show, fixing stuff. That's fine.
Tina says you're coming in hot too.
You're coming in hot out there. That's impossible.
Yeah.
That is
Mike,
impossible.
Yeah, Sorg, you're coming in.
All right.
Sorg, you're coming in like.
Well, then
You're going in like
I'll
a
stop
Vince McMahon
talking and fix things. Mad Mike, tell me about WrestleMania.
Oh boy. So yeah, WrestleMania. Didn't watch it.
What?
No, I'm kidding. No, I've actually seen WrestleMania twice, both nights at this point. What a wonderful show. It was a lot of fun. On Sunday night we had a live chat going on about it, and I laughed my face off watching Johnny Knoxville use a giant mousetrap on Sami Zayn.
That was a fun match.
Oh my god! And it wasn't even the best match of the night. It wasn't even the most fun match of the night. Like McAfee, I hope he never goes on commentary again and just becomes a full-time worker.
Agreed.
Honestly, because on commentary he kind of irritates me sometimes, but as a worker and as a character, he was wonderful. He was absolutely wonderful, and the gif of him unconscious after a stunner, drinking a beer, is I'm going to say it, and this is controversial, the best thing of the weekend. I know there's a lot of contenders.
Right.
I know there's a lot of contenders.
There's a lot of correct answers to that one.
There's a lot of correct answers, yeah. But
I think we
it
can all
was
agree that's
really
what a winner looks like.
yeah, like
I think
Like,
he had a.
do you know Pat McAfee has now joined a very exclusive club of people who have had 2 matches at the same WrestleMania?
What is that list?
Oh, yeah, it's true.
Oh my!
This is off the top of my head. 'Cause, like the main guys from WrestleMania 4, but that's a tournament, so that almost doesn't count. But Bret Hart, Daniel Bryan, Yokozuna, and I'm struggling to think of others, but that's a pretty exclusive list.
Sure.
Well,
Yeah.
Did you mention Hulk Hogan?
Well, I said WrestleMania 4 people, and Hogan hasn't.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Oh,
he
yeah.
had a tag
all right,
match and
yeah,
then the other
WrestleMania
match.
9, I
Oh,
guess. Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
WrestleMania 9, I
Technically.
guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, but beyond WrestleMania 4, like, it's pretty rarefied air.
I will also say that Pat McAfee had the best sell of someone who had beer in their mouth while getting stunned. It just looked like a fountain, and it just kept going. And I was very excited.
It was majestic.
Also, like the Austin Theory cells were pretty fantastic.
That was one of my favorite
Well,
sells of a
Austin
stunner
Theory-
ever.
Austin Theory was doing his tribute to Scott Hall there.
Oh, was it?
That was the Scott Hall sell of the summer.
Yeah, it
Like the
was.
bicycle
Oh,
kick
it
kind of
was.
situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the Scott Hall sell of the stunner.
Pat
And,
McAfee,
and-
I could see him being a part timer that usually is on commentary. You might get to a point if you had you could have too much Pat McAfee.
I feel like he's a feature guy. He's not a
Yeah,
regular guy. He's
yeah.
definitely a feature
You can never
attraction.
have too much Pat McAfee.
But I think it could.
I don't know.
think it
Him on
could.
commentary, you can get too much Pat McAfee.
But man, but that's what the people like. That's what the Sports Center people like that follow Pat McAfee, that follow his show. That's what he's there for. He's that personality. Whether you like it or not, you're not the audience.
Right.
Like, remember, like I'm sitting there in the bar before Raw Monday night, and they have Sports Center on, and what is a commercial is WWE. Again, when you think of WWE, we may be the high-end wrestling fan over here, but I don't know, high-end's not the word, but the sophisticated wrestling fan. And
I don't think that's the word either.
But we're not the audience.
I feel like in just about any wrestling, there are different percentages of enjoyment and tolerance.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. There, especially WWE. You tolerate certain things. I tolerate Pat McAfee on commentary.
Right. Right.
Sometimes it's all right, and other times it's kind of like, why are they focusing on him? I want to focus on the wrestler or whatever. But I feel like it's a combination of the two, and just right now we're getting a more WWE that I feel like I enjoy. Raw was pretty good. You know, wasn't one of the best Raws, but it was a pretty good Raw.
The first hour and a half of Raw was pretty good.
Yeah,
and it was like, oh, we're just not having wrestling tonight.
And I don't even think, and I don't know, how did Raw come off on TV? In person, it didn't feel like that insane after Raw vibe. I'm
going to say, you guys got a really good Mania.
Yeah, we did. It was.
I mean, you had
right
the big debut at Mania, well, re-debut. You had a Vince match, you had an Austin match, and both of those were surprises. And you had Triple H retiring. Pretty much anything else apart from Cody beating Roman was going to be a letdown.
It was really I felt like the thing I kept saying to myself and others, I was like, I really enjoyed and I accept Nostalgia Mania. Right?
Yes.
Because it's the greatest hits, whether it be the regular people going in there and doing their thing. This is not the place where, we're not shoving everybody in an Andre Battle Royal anymore, because we just shove them on to SmackDown, because now WrestleMania is all week long. It's like Christmas. Christmas now starts in September, right? The Christmas season. WrestleMania season now, or WrestleMania itself now starts in the Monday before, and then extends to WrestleMania Backlash in the branding. It's just, so why stuff? I'm curious of the numbers. I'm pontificating that despite 2 nights of WrestleMania, we've had less people involved in matches for WrestleMania than probably most of the last 10 things kind of thing,
I'd say so.
There's people. Somebody put a sign on our window, and it says, "What does that say?" Okay.
It says "Okay, Groomer."
Okay, I'm taking a picture of it for
Let me hold that.
Twitter.
Hold that
But
back.
I think I think this might be the
going on out
last
there?
kind of nostalgia WrestleMania, though.
No.
It'll always be a part of it.
Somebody
It'll always be a
No,
part of it.
No, I'm gonna give reasons though.
Okay.
Like when we had Taker versus Triple H with Shawn in the cell, they called that the end of the era, right? I think this actually was the end of the era, because you had the Undertaker being officially put in the Hall of Fame. Will he make appearances? Yeah, probably. I don't think you're gonna see it next year.
No.
But and you had Triple H retiring. You had Austin basically confirming this is the last match of his career. And then you had Vince getting one last stunner.
You're always going to have nostalgia. It might not be that nostalgia, but you'll get other nostalgia as it goes along.
And I started thinking about this. Hey, there's that conversation of how many people are going to dust off. It's like there's a very '90s nostalgia and eccentric show this year, right? There are plenty of people. I think about how, to us, there's nobody else that's lived up to this, and nobody else that is the Hogan and the Stone Colds we grew up on. But also, you got to think, to somebody, we've seen this, Mike, how many people have we interviewed, how many wrestlers we've interviewed that says, my favorite wrestler was X from the late 2000s, and it blows our mind, right? Mm-hmm. How many kids, how many younger wrestlers are like Trish Stratus, right? There's another era,
but a lot of those people are still wrestling.
But yeah, John Cena or Kurt Angle or there's a lot of nostalgia of those times, right? Mm-hmm. And for somebody, so we're 90s heavy now, but there is room for those 2000s people that were bigger to them, to people that grew up around that to come through. So I just think, and there'll still be little bits of everybody over the years, right, as they're still aging through. I think Undertaker is going to come out and do his politician wave every year or something.
He sells a timeshare in whatever city Mania is in.
That was a great presentation, by the way. It was a TED Talk, but he was like, I haven't been able to talk for 30 years to this extent, so I'm going to tell you everything, on my mind.
He didn't tell us everything. That's the thing.
No. But it was a structured talk. It was a motivational speech. It was a bit about his career, had some stories in there, and because of that, the Steiners only got 4 minutes. But anyways,
although... Scott Steiner's why they didn't have... Steiner's got 4 minutes.
That is right.
Macho Man did know that cow.
You know what? I can't deny that. I can't deny that either.
He absolutely knew that cow.
Absolutely.
Well, if I could throw my thoughts on WrestleMania out there a little bit, I thought it was very good. I might not have thought it was quite as good as other people did, but I still enjoyed myself. I felt like more than other ones, this was a bit more of a WrestleMania full of moments rather than matches.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we saw an attempted murder.
Yeah.
With the sword.
Oh, yeah.
There was that.
You had a moment there.
By the way, the tweet from some promoter that says, wrestlers, please do not do this to our ring. We will never financial recover.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So
ropes are expensive.
They are expensive. Yes.
But I felt like I had better wrestling night one and more moments on night two.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm. I mean, night one, my favorite match the whole weekend would have been Cody and Rollins, with close behind of Bianca and
Becky.
But, and again, the thing that everybody reacted to was Johnny Knoxville, Sammy, Pat McAfee, Austin, and everybody,
Hey, but you know what? McAfee and Austin Theory had a really good wrestling.
It was really good. It was a good
They had a good
vibe.
Wrestling match, like before all the shenanigans.
And again, it plays that Sports Center audience, right? Being a Pat McAfee,
Pat McAfee is a sports entertainer.
Oh, absolutely.
Was it?
Absolutely.
Ronnie and I were texting during night 2, I think it was, and during the Knoxville match, and all I was saying is, I am 100% sports entertained.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Everybody was into it.
I was laughing all through that thing.
I'm floored that they didn't give Johnny Knoxville the 24/7 title.
Yet.
No,
Dana Brooks wouldn't let him anywhere near her.
Mm-mm.
I think it should happen.
Oh yeah,
like 1,000%.
Mm-hmm.
And like if they gave it to Gronk one year at WrestleMania, we can give it to Johnny.
We got none of it at WrestleMania, did we? So
nope.
Like and once again,
I thought we were gonna get something on Raw.
That we get 2 nights of WrestleMania, and still can't represent the United States and International Intercontinental title. Is kind of maddening.
SmackDown did have the IC title triple threat.
Yeah, on SmackDown, WrestleMania. Sure, I guess.
What would you take out?
WrestleMania and SmackDown.
I don't know if I'd take. It just seems like an interesting.
Add a half an hour to every night, so now WrestleMania is 9 hours long.
Back to where it was, right? And it wasn't. And even
it's gonna get there eventually.
And
it is.
I also gotta think.
People say it's not. It's gonna get there eventually.
Okay, I'll answer the question for you, Sorg. The first hour of night 1, easily pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say.
And also, no pre-show, no nothing. You know what we got in the stadium? A DJ.
A DJ.
Both nights. He was great.
Hold on.
He was a great DJ.
Wait,
no,
Tommy.
And it's not that one.
Damn.
Yeah, it was
I
some
was
dude.
gonna say I had a buddy who DJs. He's the official house DJ for MSK. So I was curious.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if it was that guy or not.
It might have been.
I got a
That'd be really
picture.
funny.
Hold on a second. I do have a picture of. I took a picture of the screen the first night. Let me see if
Okay.
I'll pull it up here and we'll see if that's the guy. But no, it was. I was other than being on the first night on an hour of sleep. By the way, so yeah, the collective teardown kind of went really late. But anyways, and.
I don't know why we're having 2-hour pre-shows if there's no matches.
What were they doing on the pre-show?
I didn't watch.
They're just
talking.
bullshitting for 2 hours.
Yeah, night two, they were like interviewing football players like George Kittle and Ezekiel Elliott, Micah Parsons.
I found the stage night two because we had different seats.
I kept looking. I saw your tweet out, so I kept looking. To
I
the
wasn't there.
background
I wasn't there too long.
Oh,
We
okay.
went over the pizza because they had food trucks outside. That was kind of nice. They had food
What?
trucks outside. Oh my God! I talked about this on Awesome Cast. This was the most incredible. Okay. Can we talk about the experience for the show, like at the show, for a moment? Because this is my first. Again, I went to 29. It was a horrible experience, and I needed to make good. Okay, I've been trying for 10 years to make good on my experience and have a real WrestleMania experience, and so Cowboy Stadium. Dallas Stadium, AT&T Stadium. They had the food trucks outside. On the one side, they had a giant championship belt you could take a picture of and had all that kind of stuff. On the other side, when we went in the other way, the second night for the other tickets, again, food trucks. A lot of they serve a lot. There's a lot of bars. There's a lot of bars in this place to get mixed drinks. A lot. And then then they had the stage on the one side, right? You walk in. It's wonderful. This experience. I can't remember if I tweeted this or not. I walked in the first day, and I was, which is like, hey, we're going this way. I'm like, no, I have to walk up to that ledge and see the set. And when you walk in on any level at AT&T Stadium, you're already in the 200s. You're on the second level, right? Yeah. And you walk out and you see it. It got like I say, the chills, the wrestle vibes, right? We all know what that is. Yeah. And then I look to my left, and I see a grown woman, probably my age, like looks like she's in her 30s or 40s, crying, looking at it. And I was just like, this is me on the inside. It was just an amazing experience. But the stadium itself, you go around.
By the way,
yes.
Can I just say I'm incredibly jealous that you got to go to Cowboy Stadium before I did?
Dude, it is amazing. You go to the mezzanines.
Yeah,
you go to the mezzanines, the food things. Like my buddy from high school goes to high school games all across the country. He's a trucker, so this is just his thing that he loves to do. And he's like, you need to try the brisket nachos. They're over by this section. I'm like, dude, I'm never getting over there. It's on the other side of the stadium, right? But we did have the mezzanine right by us, and you walk through this thing, and there's like gourmet food happening, right? Like there's like briskets and seafood and griddle sandwiches. They're like $20, but they're also not small. So it's what I'm talking about, food at the stadium. That's what this podcast is now. My wife is looking at me right now. So and also we got weirdos outside. I locked the door. But they put a sign on the window that says "Okay Groomer," and I it's probably Spanish for something. But anyways. Yeah, now she's looking at it. But
You're there. They really.
On top of that, you had the app, the WrestleMania app, and you could order food to your seat.
That's
anywhere in the stadium.
They do that for the football games. My sister-in-law lives in Dallas, and so she goes to the Dallas Cowboys football games. Her friend has luxury seats that are like $20,000 a ticket. Oh
boy!
So and he goes,
You're killing me.
I'm a Bengals fan, man. I'm used to like going to Paul Brown Stadium and texting the number because the guy next to me is yelling at small children. So, but no, she's telling me like during the football games you can text and they will deliver the food to you at your seat there. They'll deliver beer, everything for you. So that's like something that.
But that's in the 20,000. Like if you get behind the dugout at PNC Park, go do the same thing. But I'm saying I was in the 200s and they brought me food. So
that's wonderful.
And you obstructed behind the stage view, right by the fireworks. So I was really glad. By the way, thanks to the Rev Ron Hunt. he gave us seat upgrades because they couldn't make the second night of the show because they had VIP with Shane Taylor in that main event. Against Loki of all people, they're apparently the special guest for Wrestle Travel. So he gave me his tickets for the next night, for night 2, which I was good because I was kind of tired of fireworks right by my head. But we were like around. First of all, a lot of British. Anytime I'm moving, and I get up to let somebody through, and they say thanks, chap, and I'm like, no, thank you. And I think Hit Row, Hitmakers, I think they are now. We're in the section. Yeah. SoCal Val's over here. I was trying to figure out who the girl in front of me. It turns out it's Lady Frost tag team partner in Impact, Giselle Shaw. But like it was a hell of an experience. But anyways, I forget what my point of being over there was. But yeah, no, it was. So they had that, the WrestleMania app, but again, I talk about this a lot on the Mayhem show. Like, it had all the information for all the shows, all the venues. It had the stuff for the Smackadillas, which I have a video on Twitter of us unboxing the Smackadillas. I think we had championship chicken and chicken versus ranch or something like that. So it was pretty good.
I'm pretty sure that was a menu item at WWF New York.
Maybe it was. So there was a bunch of.
It sounded familiar when you posted it. I'm like, I feel like
you think you've had that. I mean, it was just
no. I didn't have it.
There were just quesadillas. We got macho mac and cheese, which Missy said it was just like Kraft mac and cheese. But it was one of those ghost kitchen things like the Beast Burgers and the Flavor Towns and things like that. Like around the you Mr. Beast. Are you aware of this?
My daughter watches a lot of Mr. Beast. And I've grown to watch Mr. Beast.
We have them here in town. We've gone it a few times. If you go on Grubhub, yeah. They come out of the Buca de Beppo down in Station Square.
Living in West Virginia is terrible.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I live in Ohio on the thing, but it's still, we don't have fun stuff like that.
No. You need to go to a fun town like Pittsburgh.
Why do you think I moved?
Mm-hmm. Because
I was going to say, Poughkeepsie has had Mr. Beast Burger at some point, so
Poughkeepsie.
you might just want to look.
Yeah, but you're also like New York adjacent.
No, Poughkeepsie is not New York adjacent.
Where? Yes, but it's a lot of people that probably have some money. If I can tell by the area you live. No,
nope,
not so much.
Nope.
Okay, still a good sized town, right?
Not really.
What do you think it is compared to Wheeling, West Virginia?
Okay, maybe, yeah. I mean, we do have colleges here, so.
Hey, we got 3 colleges in Wheeling, West Virginia. You shut your mouth.
Are they all community colleges?
Yeah, look, Mr. Beast Burger.
Yeah, we have.
Boom, right there.
No, we have an actual university in West Liberty University, and then we have a couple community colleges.
Those don't sound real. Those don't sound.
I graduated twice from West Liberty University.
Those sound like a university. That sounds like a university on Grand Theft Audio.
I graduated West Liberty University.
Yeah. Well, it was probably state college still.
It was state college at that point.
Anyways.
Oh, sorry.
We digress.
But I graduated, and they said, well, this place, now that Brad graduated, it's so great now, we're going to call it a university. That's what happened, basically.
You're the upgrade.
Before we leave WrestleMania, can we talk about Roman and Lesnar?
I thought it was great.
Oh.
I thought it was a great match.
Oh, great. I lost. It destroyed my DraftKings. I didn't expect, the F5 to only be hit once. I'm glad that bet was free. I would have lost some money.
I think Roman hurt himself.
Yeah, I think he also hurt his.
It's very possible. It was what I expected, which is a fireworks match. Was what I always called it in my own head. It's a fireworks match. And the ending makes sense. I love the idea of Roman cheated, hit him with the belt. That didn't do it, but that weakened him enough that one more spear took him out. Yeah. I like that.
Sure.
I was surprised.
I think it was supposed to be something completely different, though.
It could have been something. Should have been a little bit more, like but I still like
Usos and Rick Boogs.
It might be a little subtle in my mind.
Yeah,
the way I put it.
By the way,
a WrestleMania
a lot of
event.
injuries this WrestleMania.
Yeah, a lot lot of
like the black eye for Bianca.
Oh, poor.
I don't know if you guys have seen the replay. If you watch that Kimura that Brock had on Roman, it looked like he legitimately pulled Roman's shoulder out of the socket.
Oof.
Yeah, he did.
Oof.
He did.
Yeah, and like if you saw Roman with the 2 belts at the end, like one belt was high, one belt was like.
It took a little bit, but he got it up there.
Bianca getting blasted in the face, like when she got kicked in the eye, I was just like, oh my, that looked like it hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you know, and then Boogs, of course, getting injured in the first match of the show.
That's too bad.
Like, that sucks. That sucks.
And I think they were supposed to win.
I do too.
Maybe.
I think they were supposed to win, and I think it was supposed to add extra drama for the Roman story that the Bloodline already lost the tag titles. Like,
I don't think so. Wasn't there a match where Sheamus's partner got taken out and Sheamus still beat 2 people to win?
Yeah, that was like a SmackDown a bit ago, or no, that was a pay-per-view. That was a pay-per-view, like day one or something.
I think it
maybe.
was or something.
When they took out Rich Holland.
Rich
When
Holland.
he busted
Rich Holland
when he got his nose broken.
Yep. So a lot of injuries lately. A lot of weird, bad injuries. You know, the Big E thing. I was so sad. I missed the entirety of the New Day match.
I mean, I was surprised.
You didn't miss a whole lot.
I know I did. Well, I was sad that that's all they had.
Yeah.
That they still got their paid WrestleMania payday.
Sure.
They still got a moment.
And they got to dress like Big E. That was
they got to
always
dress like
nice.
Big E.
Yeah.
I like that.
I actually haven't seen it yet. I have to go back and see it.
The Woods looked good in the singlet.
Yeah, 100%. Him dropping the singlet, I'm like, he should do this more often. This is how he should.
Kofi, not so much.
It's all about filling out the singlet, you know.
Yeah.
So some people can, some people can't. You know, as you do. What else from WrestleMania weekend?
Sorg, was the crowd as dead as it seemed like for Flair and Rousey?
Yes. Yeah, mostly.
I think it was tired.
Yeah, mostly, but also like the crowd. I mean, the crowd. You know, it was one of those like, hey, it's a stadium kind of situation, right? And it's a stadium situation, and things kind of.
Wait.
Hold on, Bradley. Go ahead and get the door.
There's a knock at the door.
Go ahead and get the door. All right.
Also, I'm gonna say it. Fuck Ronda
There's
Rousey.
someone at the door.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah,
Don't
man.
look at me like that. There's someone important at the door.
Ronda Rousey was terrible. Like, I'm not a fan.
Bradley's just going off.
Over here and get the door.
Yeah, just make sure you lock it behind you because there's a lot of crazies out there tonight, and this is what happens now, Nick. Just people just kind of roll in.
Okay.
You know, put signs on the window, and
I've been seeing the window action before, so.
Oh, I do not have enough microphones for our guest. I can just roll it in here. So
Is it Beastman?
We'll have to swap out. We'll swap out. Hey, do you want to do WrestleMania talk, or do you want to do later talk about everything else? I can be there. Okay. We'll tag you in for a second. So we have a special.
I do want to ask everyone what was their WWE match of the weekend.
WWE match of the weekend. That was Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens after Raw.
Fuck you, Sorg.
It was freaking good.
I'm sure it was.
It was really good. It was. I mean, it wasn't
sure
long, but it
was.
was still like a good. Like it was nice. It was nice.
Be it that I appreciate memories, but I like wrestling more. I was Rollins and Rhodes was my favorite match of the weekend.
Mine was Bianca and Becky Lynch, and mostly because I was watching that with my 13-year-old daughter and just watching her eyes light up just to see a match like that. Like, she'd never seen a match that good before in her life.
That was a very good match. My only issue was there were 1 or 2 spots that Bianca blew. There was at least one where she was supposed to pick Becky up or something, and she wasn't able to do it.
So I want to push
was this
aside.
before or after she got cracked in the fucking eye, though?
Yeah, you see the memes where like, look at her face. She knows what it is now. I'm like, dude, look at her face because she got kicked in the eye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like into every match. Like, spoiler alert: Kenny Omega has botched spots before.
Oh yeah,
like, everyone is going to botch.
Well, you're asking me a question. I'm giving you an answer.
See,
Mike says my answer is wrong. Okay.
No, I'm saying you're being a little.
You're wrong.
Anyways, move aside. So I want to push aside the Stone Cold thing because I think that is an entity unto itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
When you talk about Mania matches, actually, I think that and the Brock and Roman thing are an entity unto themselves, or the hottest damn thing of the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Both deservingly so. because there are high-end marquee matches. But I would say I still think the loudest it was the entire weekend was Pat McAfee and Austin Theory.
Yeah.
Like across the board, and also because of Seven Nation Army. So
That was a wonderful entrance.
music.
that was
Oh, gosh.
amazing. I got one of the British guys next to me like, did he play for the Cowboys? And I'm like, I don't think so.
No, he played for us.
But they were in the Cowboy Stadium. He's a football guy. Therefore, we did the thing, right? I mean, and that's okay, right? It was like, hey, these, whatever.
Fun fact, Pat McAfee graduated from WVU.
There you go. There you go. He's from down the road, actually down the road from the Riz.
Yep.
Over there in Plum, down a Golden Mile Highway. There's like a conference happening in the back of the studio now. What is happening here? So, what a weird night.
No one knows what's
Weird
going
night.
on.
Billy Ruxpin is joining us. Unfortunately, I don't have a microphone for Billy right now. That's I can get you one for
Here
this. Billy, if you hang out, I can. If you kind of share a little bit, I can pull a camera out here. Share. But you got to be right on the mic when you talk with us, and I could hopefully maybe hook you up with another one here on the main break here. So
How am I right now?
Oh well, I hear you very good, but we're looking at Bradley.
Oh, okay.
So that's a problem.
Bradley, just move your lips while Billy talks.
There you go. There you go. We'll fix that in a second. But Billy, what did you think of WrestleMania?
I'll be honest with you. I did not watch it, but
What are you doing on the show? What do you think we're going to talk about tonight? What are you doing?
well, I did see highlights, and I do want to sit down and watch it. I'm probably going to wait till Thursday when I'm off,
Okay.
and then I'm probably going to watch both nights.
You could
all
be
day.
watching it right now
Yeah,
and
it could be.
report to us next week.
I also waited an hour and a half for a bus, so I'm not exactly.
Oh, so it's one of those nights.
Yeah, the bus shuttle shut off. They said on Twitter that it shut off at 8:30 until 9:15.
What the hell?
Not one came.
We have some transit issues. Bridges suck in this town now, and we have a lot of them, and that's been destroying everything else. So,
It's because Blackcraft burned them all.
what?
Blackcraft Wrestling burning bridges.
They did have the burning bridges. Oh.
I was there, man. I was at that show.
Yeah, I
It
was
great.
too. It was pretty.
Yeah,
It was fantastic.
Is that still a thing?
And
No.
no.
They made it
No,
3
it's not.
shows and that was it.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
The
I
crucifixion
remember
killed
being
somebody.
very drunk for that show.
Yes.
Yeah, you were right up front. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember you being there too. Yeah, that was like man, I need to go to church tomorrow after that show. Anyways, WrestleMania. So let's see, what else from WrestleMania? Stone Cold. We had our, surprise, maybe not surprise, of a Stone Cold Kevin Owens match. It was fun. And then we had the surprise of that we waited for 5 minutes. We're like, glass shatter. We're going to have glass shatter, right? McMahon's fighting.
That glass shatter. Did they wait for 3:16 again? Because I know the first night when he came out at 3 hours and 16 minutes.
No, I
Yeah.
think Vince just forgot what Austin Theory's music sounded like.
That is true. I
Because
don't know if that was like a legit.
He knew he was supposed to react to the music, and he thought it was Austin, so he also acted scared. It's Austin.
Wrong
Okay.
Austin.
Yeah, wrong
Yeah,
Austin.
And hell, they
exactly.
might not even be able to hear the music in there.
That's
like
the
in
other
the
thing
ring.
too. Seriously, hear it a loud noise. No, okay. Okay, in person. When I was in the 200s, we couldn't hear anything. None of the speaking, none of the commercials. We could not make out anything. The America the Beautiful, Missy's like this mix is not good. I was like, actually, I think it's because we're in a stadium because the echo is so bad in there. And
because if you hear like people talking about like Tokyo Dome and stuff,
yeah,
they'll say like the crowd could be as loud as hell. You wouldn't hear
it doesn't matter. But now I
because
think
all the sound travels up.
it travels up, but at least it doesn't travel up and out, right? Because there's a dome. I can say that it still felt, it was still very like, it's not, we've all been in an arena show and how that pop can be and everything like that, right? I still it's more like it's like a moving sound because people are hearing the chants and it takes a while for it to travel, but when it gets going, like Seven Nation Army, it's
a
pretty good.
wave? So you're describing sound waves?
I did find myself in the middle of a wave while I was waiting for somebody, and that was pretty incredible too to see that big of a wave. Anyways, so the sound is like, it is weird. It's very strange in a thing that size for sure. Yeah. What else? I'm trying to think anything else from the show here. Experiencing live versus what you guys saw.
What about the women's tag match and Rhea Ripley's bunny and cat combo?
No,
Yeah.
I was like, are you trying to be Batman and Catwoman?
She was Batman. If you saw on her corset, it had bats all over it.
Okay. Okay. Just
She
very
looked like, she looked like Ariana Grande bunny.
A
sure.
little bit.
Sure.
Yeah.
I like Ariana Grande. I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's all right.
Maybe like the sharp pointed ears are like trademarked.
That could be.
Either that, or she could, because I'm pretty sure like one of the early appearances of Batman, he actually had like bat shaped ears.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
So that might be what she was.
Very long and pointy. So, no, absolutely. It was the Stone Cold
Sure
thing.
that wasn't Donnie Darko. 'Cause Pretty
I'm
sure it was
positive.
Donnie Darko.
I gotta say,
there were
Frank the
bats
Bunny?
all over her corset, and like
my favorite thing was Stone Cold. Well, both nights, but definitely the first night was pretty tremendous. I know Missy was a big fan. She's just between him, just after the first night, between him and Undertaker, and was there somebody else that came out that was kind of old school too?
adrenaline in my soul.
No, not that guy. Not that guy. We'll get to that guy. But she was really big on like she was just like that. Like it's like I'm seeing my childhood again, and this is fantastic, right?
Yeah.
Now, okay, Cody Rhodes. Let's touch on that. I'm glad he brought the elevator with him. It was fun to watch them putting that stupid grandiose elevator on the stage before the show. As we're sitting there before the show, like literally just looking around, figuring out how to get it onto the stage.
You didn't see the Raw clip when they tried.
I was gonna say
You missed the Raw clip, so they kicked it over to him on Raw. Because I didn't watch it, but I saw.
No, I saw that.
And
Okay.
it's just his head standing there.
Yep,
They didn't get
I
the
love
clip.
that.
They just got his head.
They
He's
missed
Oh my
it.
God.
No, I saw it.
It was great.
Diglett.
Diglett. No, I saw in person how he like kind of stopped, and I'm like, oh, the camera can't be on him yet, right? And then I saw the Twitter clip later. I'm like, oh no, they did. Oh no, they did. Listen, man, this is the big thing. Everybody, this is whenever I would fuck up a production, right? And they'll be like, don't worry, it happens to everybody. And then you start noticing, you start watching Raw, you start watching everybody else, AEW, Impact, it doesn't freaking matter. It's like stuff happens. We were there, sitting there at Raw during the women's match. Apparently this didn't come off on TV. I didn't know if we were at commercial or not. But randomly you just heard, are you ready? Boom, boom. And like the lights started coming down. We're like, what the fuck is happening? Mm-hmm. Rhea Ripley's kind of like reacting to it. And then I'm like texting Matt Carnes. I'm like, did you get the DX thing on TV? He's like, what are you talking about? So, and I don't know if it was just an in-studio or in arena thing and it didn't really come across or what. And then right after that is when they did the DX cam. So I'm like, oh, somebody miscued something. Okay. Between that and Cody Vader, which...
Best entrance from WrestleMania, I'm going to give to Edge. Just that throne and him coming up.
Someone
and then,
needed Triple H's throne. Edge called dibs.
Yeah. I also like the fact that, what was it, Brody King, as a joke, said, hey, when you order the House of Black on Wish. And then later he had to come on and goes, come on, guys, it was just a joke.
Yeah. Guys, hold on. I got breaking news of a match you may want to watch later. On NXT right now, Braun is fighting Gunther.
Oh, okay.
For the title.
Okay.
Without any beforehand, like saying this match is tonight, they just happen to have it.
I literally just saw the tweet pop up. Braun Breaker is fighting Gunther right now.
I'm in.
Oh my.
That's awesome.
Hello.
Sure,
Hello.
sign me up for that.
So,
NXT got a DVR view out of me this week.
I like the Cody match. I like the entrance. I love the Edge. By the way, I'm all in for.
I thought the Cody match had the best use of false finishes to me.
Absolutely. It was the best. It was the match of the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It was the wrestling match of the weekend, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
What do you think?
I think Bianca and Becky.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bianca and Becky. Like,
Oh boy,
because
that's a spot.
because like the thing is, because I'm not Cody. Cody brought his style,
Mm-hmm.
and Seth, wrestled Cody style. I think Bianca and Becky told a better story.
Yeah,
I think they told a better
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think I agree with
I'm
that.
with you.
I heard Becky talking about feeling like she thought that was the best story and explaining it in ways I thought maybe I don't watch enough of the Raw, wasn't explained well enough. That you had the two women's main events that win the main events, and now they're both facing each other at WrestleMania.
Yep.
Yeah.
That should have been
they
much
said
more.
that a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, okay, then I don't watch enough, or I don't pay enough attention to Raw.
Well, yes.
As long as we keep getting the RK Bro snake, that's all that matters.
Wait, Ronnie, you're the one that kept sending me the picture, right? And you're like, I
Yeah.
can't get enough of this.
I can't get enough of it.
Somebody beside me in the
I'm shocked
stands,
those aren't plushes on WWE Shop
right?
now.
Right, not yet.
Need it.
Yes. And in the picture, he's wearing that snakeskin like jacket
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And they were like going on about it. Like the person next to me was like, "Look at it! Like, is he like? It's like a thin, like a snake,
Here he is.
a snakeskin." Like
You get the high RK Bro snake, and then you have the Viper trying to bite it. It was. I
was
saw that, and I'm like,
fantastic.
"Is this a thing? Has this been a thing?" Because I don't watch a lot of
also
Raw.
Kaiju Roman Reigns versus Kaiju Undertaker needs to be a thing too. So one of these times they're just gonna break off and start fighting each other, and it'll be fantastic. Was it one like over the stadium or something
Yeah,
like that?
yeah.
So-
Roman was over the stadium.
So
Ronnie will attest to this. I called it a broa constrictor.
Dude, I laughed so hard.
Oh my god, that's fucking genius.
Dude, I laughed so
Yes.
Oh, you need to tweet that to Riddle right now. You need to, because they will call themselves the Viper and the Broa Constrictor. Like, they will absolutely start calling
100%.
themselves that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He's on his phone. Very good.
Ruxpin's got it.
All right.
He's like, you don't know me, sir, but
Please change your gimmick to the Broa Constrictor.
yes, yes.
Honestly, give it a month.
Give it a
Give
month.
it a month. Broa Constrictor shirt on shop. I guarantee it.
Cody Seth.
Just like I can guarantee in the fall, we're going to have a Cody Rhodes turtleneck. And when you fold the turtleneck up, that neck tattoo's right there.
Hey, when you
I was
get
thinking it's going to be a hoodie, and the logo is going to be on the side of the hood.
could be.
It could be a hoodie too. I think the turtleneck.
The turtleneck.
is funny.
I think the turtleneck
Turtleneck's a good
plays
idea,
better
yeah.
a little bit.
I think you could do it as a polo. Just put it on one of the collars. I'd buy a Cody polo.
Yeah.
I ordered the
really,
Cody 8-bit t-shirt.
I really felt like. By the way, I did see the thing where he was given the T-shirt where they put Pharaoh on the shirt. Yeah. And at least twice on Monday night, I passed people with the shirt on, and I said Pharaoh for life, and they reciprocated. So, I think it's interesting. Like, I got a couple thoughts on Cody real quick. First of all, Cody going someplace where people appreciate him, because AEW was not, right. Definitely very different. Also, people singing. I'm loving that they're bringing over people singing along the songs. Also, so like I said, the dark match was Cody and KO. And we gotta talk about the other thing. Jeez.
Can't believe you got that.
Jeez.
That's. Jesus.
But Cody,
That's a great match.
Cody, of course, gave a speech after, and it was that vibe. One of the best things about AEW was, after the show, Cody and/or the Bucks coming out and talking up everybody to send everybody home happy, maybe giving away pieces of a broken table or whatever, like the first show that we had here, and that feeling and vibe that you're part of something special and they're including you. Like, Cody is very good at that. He's very, very good at that.
Yes.
And that he brought that to WWE is something. I think that is a vibe that has been missing on that level. At least the way he does it, and I was pretty amazed that they had him go with the dark match like the first night like that. So which kind of gives me a little bit like, okay, how much Cody are we going to see? Is he going to be a regular? Is he going to be, what is the situation here, kind of thing. So and that promo was devastating. That promo was just hit a lot of heartstrings, for something like that. So, but. I don't know. Looking forward to it.
Plus, he got a bus.
What's that?
They bought him a bus.
What do you mean they bought him a bus?
WWE provided him a bus so he could bring Brandy and his kid with him.
Oh, well, yeah, he's definitely on bus status.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh well, there's a lot of people who are on who use buses now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just spray over Lex Express and put Cody there and give it
I
to
had
him.
that thought of him being the next Lex Luger again, like another attempt thing. I'm like, oh, you're so America.
The tattoos on the side of the bus.
Yes. Didn't they do something like that for a minute?
Hey man, for the
Yeah, the
brand,
DX Express.
No. For Cody, I thought he had a bus for something. Like I know he had a bus for the traveling, like when they
For
like
AEW, that was kind of a big thing. They said that when Cody was like away from the locker room was when he got his own bus and he kind of stood away from the Bucks and stuff. And that's when that was like the start of the split, like about a year ago.
Jeez, and I don't know. We'll get the stories eventually, I guess, on whatever happened there. But
Yeah, just wait till Cody's on the Bump tomorrow morning and Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast.
there you go. That's when it's
Oh,
gonna go
boy.
down. There it is. But anyways, yeah, right. Yeah, I know he had the bus from Rose for the Top. So, but so like then you gotta pay for it. That's a regular thing, kind of deal. So why are people swearing over here? What the fuck? Anyways. Shouldn't have looked at Messenger. Yeah.
No, it's bad. It's
Is it bad? Okay.
We don't want to talk about
We
it.
don't want to talk about it. No
It's a
business.
shit
But we
show.
are
Let's
going to
talk
talk
about
about some really good stuff coming up. But first of all, you can go check out some pro wrestling. So much is coming up at indiewrestling.us. So many shows have just happened. A lot of them are in the works to get up there. Production difficulties thanks to WrestleMania season. We will cite, plus other logistical issues. Unfortunately, our commentators I can't be in two shows at one place at one time. So Pro Wrestling Conquest to the Moon and Pet Fight are coming up here in the next couple of weeks. But also this weekend, there's 3 shows that are going to be filmed for IndieWrestling.us and the Indie Wrestling Network. All 3 shows this weekend, Prospect Pro Wrestling, Rise Wrestling, and Victory Championship Wrestling, which we'll talk about in just a moment, are going to be a part of that, filmed for that, as well as our friends at Renegade Wrestling Alliance this month. A lot of content, of course, a lot of great VODs, Warrior Wrestling, Premier Championship Wrestling, and so much more. And, of course, Heaven Hell, the Chris Taylor and the Rev Ron Hunt story has been releasing over there. You can check out that as part of that. That's 6-part series that we're running. So go check out all that at IndieWrestling.us. Indie Wrestling Network. And also on the YouTube membership page, you can see a lot of the full shows for a lot of these promotions and some other promotions that maybe aren't around anymore. So go check out all of that. And actually, thank you, because I actually took a look at the numbers over on YouTube the other day, and we are getting a lot more subscribers over there. So appreciating that you guys are supporting IndieWrestling.us and the promotions that we are partnered with by checking them out, sharing them, talking about them. That's what it's about, to see the stars before they get signed to AEW, like Lee Moriarty or the Lady Frost of Impact Wrestling, or maybe I got to see a match of a Nikita Knight before she went to the Performance Center. Who knows? Go check it all out, IndieWrestling.us. And speaking of, like we mentioned, this weekend is going to be Victory Championship Wrestling's second show that you can check out in the McMecken. I can finally say it right. McMecken, West Virginia. McMecken, West Virginia. Mecca High.
These Pennsylvania people.
They're terrible.
Take that, West Virginia. Take that, West Virginia. But, of course, some great show. Nick Griffin's here. He is presiding over it. You are the man in the suit.
Yes, that was a one-time thing.
Why are you not bringing back the suit?
This show, I am not bringing back the suit
I'm
because
disappointed.
I bought a new car, so I couldn't. The goal was to try
Wait,
to buy.
what?
The goal was to try to buy a new suit like that.
You sold the suit and was able to afford a car off of it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I sold that first Victory Championship.
I don't know
green
if that's
suit.
a great suit or a shit car.
It's both.
Okay, all right.
But no,
Shit car,
I'll
100%
be in my Easter colors for sure because it's the week before Easter.
Mm-hmm.
I'll promise you that. But we have a great show coming up with Sweet Victory. We have the debut of Super Oprah and Madman Fulton from Impact. We have jam-packed show. I think we have 7 to 8 matches coming. We don't want anybody to miss it. We had over 200 people come to our first show. We're hoping for the same turnout.
Wow. Yeah, it was a pretty packed The stands were looked like full basically. There it was a great showing for a first ever promotion show down there in McMecken, Pennsylvania. And you see Super Oprah, Beastman, and the rest of the crew there.
I saw Nathan. I hate Nathan.
But we are trying to do something a little different. We're trying to use some different talent. We got a lot of talent in from Columbus, Lima coming in. Matthew Taylor's going to make, also the Guiding Light Matthew Taylor will be making his debut at this show.
What's his thing?
His thing, he is the Guiding Light. He is going to tell us about why we should follow him into the future.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
He may or may
Excuse
not.
me?
He may or may not be David Koresh like.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Makes me extremely interested to come have another conversation with him.
Creepy people.
He's not creepy. He's in every conversation I've had with him. Great guy.
Okay.
Great guy.
That means he's luring you in.
I mean, I almost bought some beachfront. Beachfront competition. What's wrong, Billy?
I was gonna say what he said.
Oh,
Oh, beat you to it.
I was gonna say what he said. I was gonna be like, oh man, he's already got you.
hooks are in.
In a year.
He had a
we
really
will
great
not
grape
hear from you.
flavored drink. I thought I had a little bit of
It's
it.
Flavor Aid, man. Jim Jones.
Oh boy!
But we also have fallout from the main event of we are having 3 single matches. Pretty Patrick Hayes versus Zeke Mercer. The Beastman versus Nathan Aldridge, and Wilbur Whitlock versus Mr. Fun himself, Andrew
Fantastic.
Palace.
And a lot of those guys, Palace, obviously, a lot of those guys, first time I'd seen them at that first show, and like I said, listen, man, when I had the Beastman come to me and say that he's running a wrestling promotion, first of all, I ask why. Second of all, I say, for you, I'll help out. Never know. I've had a good feeling, but you don't know until it happens. But that show came off so damn well that we're sending an extra video person to it.
Yes,
it's Ronnie. Thanks, Steve.
Spoiler alert.
What I liked about that was it wasn't full of 100% wrestling fans. There were other people there that were just there because there was something to do on a Sunday afternoon.
And that's what you need.
And what impressed me the most was at intermission, the Rad Boys had a line longer than the Beastman.
Wow.
And when I saw Brent jump off the stage, I thought he was going to break his knees. And I'm like, I hope he signed his waiver. Because he flew. I thought he was going to jump on you. And we got to teach that dinosaur to walk downstairs.
Yes, we do.
Although
those stairs look a little treacherous, to be quite honest.
It was like double them steps up.
Every time
Double
we're
down.
I'm working on getting a ramp built.
Oh, okay.
That we can move in and out. The fact is that the building's used for basketball and other events.
Yeah, it's like it's an active building.
Yeah,
so
it's an active
it has
building.
to be something you bring in and out. So
The fact that our ring is currently set up in a classroom right now. So
wait, what? Wait, in that building?
yeah, and we set the ring set up in the classroom. That's where we do training.
I got to see this next.
Guess
time.
what we're doing today, kids?
It's a shutdown school. It's a shutdown school, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But
it's an in-use
it's
building.
in one of the
And-
classrooms. Is the ring set up? That's where.
And if you're concerned, it's attached to the police station, so you're going to be safe. So I do want to point out here. Let's see if we can get this going. Let's see. There's the suit. If you're on video,
That's a great
that we're
suit.
talking about. Look at that green ass suit.
It goes with the colors of the organization.
And the colors of the organization, and it was a throwback. The green and yellow were the colors of Bishop Donahue School.
Yeah, so I love your entire thing matches the room.
Well, there you go.
So
Yes.
everything you look at in this room is
I didn't
on
even
brand.
think about
All
that.
of the colors there. Your suit matches the wall.
So after the main event, Andrew Palace and I are in the ring, and I'm trying to I'm helping him out after the beatdown, and he looks at me and he just goes, "Your suit does match the colors," and I'm like, "I told you, that's why I bought it." I saw it. I sent the picture to Ronnie and I sent the picture to Wes. I was like, "Do I buy this? It's only $80," and he goes, "Do it right now."
You know that
And I also told you to-
that scene in Addams Family 2 where Wednesday is all painted up like the wall in her room.
Yes.
And you can't sit here. You could just go to the wall. And hey, Billy, there's no black mold in the building.
Oh, there it is.
It is mold free.
Yes.
My uncle is the police chief of McMecken, so we're always going to be safe. But no, it's a good time. I was very happy with how the first match showed off. Alex Matthews and Ethan.
Oh my gosh, that was such a good match.
That was probably the match of the night.
Holy crap!
And I'd never seen Alex Matthews work before, and he blew me away. As the Damian Chambers were probably the two that impressed me the most.
I'm going to all these other organizations, and this was one of the best matches I've seen this year.
That's what I also like, because Bradley, you go to a lot of the shows, and I sometimes go to the shows with you. What did you think of our first show?
Thought it was a very good show. I always appreciate when you're bringing in talent that you don't see other places. So you're brought back. I mean, I know I play with them. You brought back Tanner.
Yeah.
You brought back Nathan. Nathan is always as good at making everybody angry.
My son tried to punch him in the crowd. He walked by because when he's like, "Don't yell at my daddy," and he threw a punch at him. And I'm like, "Kid, don't punch people."
Yeah.
I mean, you're 3, and I get it, but like he went after Nathan.
We got to tell the grandma in the front row that too. But everybody was messing with grandma. It was great.
And he's still chanting, "Let's go, Rad Boys."
Yes.
So, I mean, the Rad Boys were just.
It was good wrestling, and it was a very good first event.
Yes.
And you and Beastman should be proud of what you did.
And that was without, Beastman, I think, aside, not a lot of big names. There wasn't like an Impact guy on there or anything like that. We do have Madman Fulton at this next one. Super Oprah, which if you haven't, do it.
I'm going to point out Madman Fulton reached out to us.
Really?
Asked to be on this show.
Oh, really?
Wow.
That's impressive. Okay, and of course we know him. I know Beastman and him have mixed it up and run into each other over at Pro Wrestling Conquest down in West Virginia as well, or the other end of West Virginia, I guess. So that's great. Batman Fulton's a great guy.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I got to work with him. Wes brought him in for, Beastman brought him in for a.
Well, everybody knows his real name.
Okay, I'm not sure.
Kept secret.
Like you're calling me Nicholas Griffin. I'm Nicholas West on VCW. So.
Weird. I am not imaginary.
Other people can see you?
I know, yes, Nick Griffin. I forgot that you're...
Nicholas West, yeah. I just went with it. I'm not going to correct you.
That was a nice kayfabe we had once.
Yeah, did I give you a title? I don't know if I caught that. Yeah. You know how out of my damn mind I was shooting that show?
I'm not going to lie. I was Nicholas Griffin for the first 5 years of working for Black Diamond Wrestling.
Yeah, that's all I know, man.
And then I
don't change your name on me.
I wanted to honor Trevor.
Who are you, fucking Ezekiel?
Yeah.
If we're using made-up names, I guess I'm Spider-Man.
That's fine. Hey, I just wanted to. I mean, the West is from making up for my friend Trevor Oz that passed away. His last wrestling was Trevor Westside, and I talked to his mother. She gave me the glasses that night, and told me. I said, "Hey, is it okay if I use Nicholas West for my name?" And she was like, 100%.
Yeah.
I got after the show, I got the kiss from her, and I talked to her every week, and that was my thing. That's
sorry.
That's my happy thing. From the show.
I'm sorry I messed that up.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'll be Nicholas Griffin all day long because that's what I am every day of the week. Just one day every 2 months I'm Nicholas West.
When you pull out the green suit, that's Nicholas West.
I might have to bring it. I got my Easter colors for this show, but the green suit will come back.
This is exactly why I don't let people tell me their real names in wrestling. So, Beastman.
Beastman.
Yes.
I got some. My real name isn't Mike.
No.
What? What?
Excuse me?
I do. A friend that we know. I think I knew him several years before he told people that that wasn't his real first name. Well, then again, so many people thought Sorg was my first name. Good friends of mine. Good friends of mine that I knew for several years.
Sorg was short for something.
Yeah. I thought it was a nickname or first name or something. I'm like, what?
That's my hardest thing about doing it is like I know there's so many people that I know like, hey, I know your real name, blah blah blah, and then like I'm out with other people and I'm like, yeah, and Edric. I always have to catch myself I'm like Edric. Yes, Edric. Edric, I just woo.
Aww.
Woo. I hope you become the next Rise
Patrick
Grand
is so
Champion.
annoying. He is so frustrating.
I hope you win. If you win the next Rise Grand Champion, I will try to book you for Victory Championship.
Oh my
Wrestling.
God!
Oh, wow.
No,
I'll put that out there right now.
I do not want Edric as champion. He's an awful person. He's frustrating.
Oh, he's
Frustrating.
Oh my gosh.
he's got some of the best social media work right now going.
He does.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Like I see that every time, and I'm just
He's
like,
such a
this is
good
great.
character. Such a good. I've said it on.
And he
I
also
think I've
comes
said it
out
on his show.
Cumbersome.
Yeah, he comes out to Cumbersome.
Yes.
Cumbersome is a very good song.
Yes.
He's got that sweet, almost bomber jacket.
Good stuff. Great logo. Great merch. Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
He's got a lot going on.
I
good
mean,
kid.
we couldn't all have really sweet bomber jackets.
I mean, we could all just.
Some people try to do it at WrestleMania. It didn't work out for them.
So you're saying we should all have
people
we
do
should
it.
all buy the same bomber jackets and just show up somewhere.
Yeah.
We just roll in just like everybody with their New Japan tracksuits, descending on a location.
I think we need Victory Championship Wrestling tracksuits.
Yes, we do.
I think
I-
they were making fun of me because I always wear my favorite band's Thursday, and I always wear this Thursday hoodie. They're like, "When are
Yeah.
you gonna get a VCW hoodie so you can stop wearing that Thursday hoodie?" And I'm like,
Your damn Thursday hoodie.
You know, Pretty Boy Smooth was talking about this because he has an AIW athletic wear tracksuit that he wears on the plane.
"Really?"
Like he wore it down to Dallas apparently. So and after that, and after encountering a team of people in New Japan tracksuits this weekend, I'm like, my new goal in life is to work for a company that I can have the tracksuit.
Put it on Google.
Now I got to order tracksuits. Great.
Yes,
Custom tracks.
custom tracksuits with the green VCW, even black with green trim would be kind of
Black
cool,
with the green
right?
trim would be nice.
There it
yeah.
is. Is that in the budget? Is that where we're at, or do we
I
just blow
mean,
that on Super Oprah?
We
I
probably
don't know.
Super Oprah and got it. It just depends. We'll have to sell more steak ticket raffles.
Ah, there you go.
Steak for a
Free
year.
steak for a year raffle ongoing
Yeah.
at Victory
July
Championship
is
Wrestling.
when we're going to pull the winner. So you have
July.
2 more shows to buy your tickets and get that ready from Outback Steakhouse. Steak for a year.
Steak for a year. Oh, we got Billy's attention.
I'll come back for one show if I sign up for that.
You just got to buy a raffle ticket, man. I'll just sell you a raffle ticket.
Yeah, really, right now, yeah.
$20 make you whole.
Easiest sale ever.
Are we getting Happy Billy or are we getting Dark Billy?
God, never do Dark Billy again.
Yeah, that got really weird.
Yeah, Dark Billy was.
And there's that. Yeah, that.
I tried.
And then
You wore those sweet dress pants. When
you
wrestled,
worked
though.
your ass off with it, and the
did.
dress pants was interesting. I know you almost had a makeup mishap that we won't talk about on the show.
Yes.
No.
The dress pants one where I panicked and I saw the first black pants that kind of fit me at the time.
Yes.
And then I bought pants later that fit me better and looked more tattered. So I was like, all right, good. I'm being, Ruxpin dark. And yeah, it sucked.
It happens, man.
Well, you know what doesn't suck? Victory Championship Wrestling.
Yes, sir.
Sweet Victory. Check it out this Sunday if you're able to get to McMicken, West Virginia. It's only about an hour from Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh proper here. So go check it out. We'll have crew down there, of course, from IndieWrestling.us. If you are, of course, we got everybody on the West Coast and wherever. So that we are going to want to check it out. So go see what's going on there.
Anytime you get to see the real shoot heavyweight champion Zeke Mercer, it's a good
That's
time.
right. That's right. Real shoot champion Zeke Mercer. I think I'm obligated to put that entire bit in his title. So go check it out Victory Championship VCWrestling.com for ticket information and more. So, all right. I'm also going to give a shout out to our friends. Speaking of in the area, if you're around New York City style, Yinzer Made, Beachview, Carnegie, East End, North Hills. I talked about the food truck. I got some pizza. Mike, it was claimed to be New York City style pizza. Claimed.
It wasn't New York style pizza.
It was in Dallas. What do you expect to get in Dallas? Dallas doesn't know how to have pizza.
Dusty-
They have tacos at
dusty
gas
pizza.
stations. I don't know what the fuck is going on down there.
Were they
Okay?
good?
Although,
Tacos at gas stations?
Sorg, if you're down in Dallas
Mm-hmm.
and you're just not eating street barbecue and tacos, for 5 days.
And Whataburger.
Probably doing food.
We had at least 2 Whataburgers.
Yeah, I was in Austin, Texas, and they were bringing us tacos for breakfast one day.
Well, wait a minute. We're talking about Slice on Broadway right here in Pittsburgh with 4 locations: Beachview, Carnegie, East End, and North Hills. Forget Dallas for a minute. We got an ad to say. Supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Go check them out or support your local favorite independent pizza establishment. No, we did get Whataburger at 5 in the morning, and I got back to the hotel, and Missy was sleeping because it was after the collective breakdown, and it was 5 a.m. She had mentioned, I didn't know if we have another chance to get Whataburger, Sunday morning, and I said, wake up and eat this burger. So, anyways,
that's what I tell my wife at 5
euphemism?
o'clock in the morning.
What's that, Matt? What's that, Mike?
I said it wasn't a euphemism?
No. We had a roommate. It would have been awkward. Anyways, so we're going to take a quick break. And speaking of, we'll talk a little bit more of other things that happened in Dallas over the weekend, whether it be Wrestlecon, Ring of Honor, or just people I ran into in the hallway or maybe the bathroom. We'll be right back after this.
What's up? It's the Gigabyte Grizzly Brohema, and this is a messed up time we live in, so I need you all to do me a favor. Wear your mask. Like this, not like this, or like this, or like this, like this. Wear your mask. It's for your safety and mine. Because if I see you without one, I'm going to pump kick a mask onto your face. Got it?
For a foot, for an inch, yeah, I fight for you all. It's the truth and I'm in, yeah, I fight for referee.
The world of pro wrestling, it's bigger than ever. So how can you possibly keep up with everything that's happening? Just pro wrestling news. Don't fear falling behind. Give us just 5 minutes every morning and we'll catch you up on the biggest news in the world of pro wrestling. No filler, no rumors, no spoilers, no pop-ups. Just pro wrestling news. Subscribe on your favorite podcast app or tell your smart speaker to play the Just Pro Wrestling News podcast. Find out more. Go to justprowrestlingnews.com.
Works on the Macafee Network on Roku.
Grind City, and you know this, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's like right place, right time, out of nowhere.
So what you saying?
Former tag team partner coming to save.
Tony Johnson, we saw him battle Edric earlier, but this is a 2-on-1 mugging.
We are back, and apparently the Mayhem Mania graphic was in there for the video crew, so we'll just get rid of that right now. No, there's no Mayhem Mania. This is the back of the show now. Mayhem Mania is over.
I want Ronnie Garvin versus Jonathan. What?
No.
Man.
No.
You ain't
We're
sure
gonna
Ronnie
talk about
Garvin's dead.
the rest of WrestleMania weekend. Disclaimer: I was involved in some production over at WrestleCon in one way or another over that. That included AAA New Japan, Impact Wrestling, and the Super Show Memorial Show, and the USA versus the World. Not Ziggy Dice. Apparently, Twitch brought a production truck to do that, which was interesting in the same room. But either way, and also I want to give a shout out because my wife, got the MVP status of having the ability to film AAA New Japan and Impact Wrestling, including TV show tapings this week.
Wow. Great job.
Yes, she did a fantastic job. They're producers from at least one of the shows that was really kind of putting her over. So yes, so my wife is an expert. Like literally, like she really. I'm talking about my wife. She's in the back. She's never here in the studio during the shows.
My wife.
But I gotta say she because Impact is very hard cam, has a moving hard cam.
Yeah.
Like this is the first time we had I've been on production where we had the second hard cam that can do stuff, and it looked like Impact Wrestling. She was in all the right places. It saved out the Ultimate X match and stuff like that, right? So no, it was very, very interesting. But no, it was great to work with, great to meet the production people behind the American New Japan. Great to see a lot of the people behind the scenes for Impact Wrestling that I got to work with a couple years ago. And work with also working with Kevin Kelly and Tom Hanahan. Is that was
Hanahan?
Yeah. I'm not used to it.
Hanahan.
Matthew, Aiden English. I can't remember Matthew. What's his face? Ringwald, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ringwald, yeah.
With the Aiden English, Veda Scott, always great. Ian Riccaboni was on several of the shows too. It was really cool to work with them, have them in my ear, and cue them on stuff every once in a while too. So it was fantastic. I actually got to see Patrick with New Japan actually switch the show, call the show, learn some stuff from them, and it was a lot of fun to do that kind of stuff. Impact Wrestling, of course, we got. I completely don't remember anything of it, but somehow there was an Ultimate X match that we got through, so which I think came off okay, Ronnie, right? So you watched the show. How did they? I mean, we talked about it. There was a every once in a while there's a technical hiccup as we were talking about production earlier, right? But generally like that was a fun Impact show. The multiverse of matches. I know we were talking about going into a lot, right? So I mean,
watched it twice. I thought
you watched it twice.
I did.
That's fantastic. So, but no, it was really good. I will see 2 Suzuki matches, 3 Ishii matches, at least 4 speedball matches, and that dude had, what did we say, like 9 matches?
9 matches. Yeah.
It was incredible. A lot of great stuff there. I can't even remember all the people that we filmed this weekend.
So Sorg,
at this point.
So you know what I'm going to be seeing at the end of April.
What's that?
At Rebellion. You know the rest of the matches that are made.
Do
In
I?
theory.
No, I can't recall any that were made on that show. Also, remember, Mike, when I'm producing a show,
That's true.
I don't
you're paying
remember
attention.
the show. So, like, it's a thing that happens.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. You do ask us at the end of every show, what did we talk about?
Oh yeah. Oh no, I don't even know what we're doing right now. If it's not obvious.
We're talking about you doing Impact Wrestling.
Yes, exactly.
And a few other shows at WrestleCon.
Exactly,
That's what we're
exactly.
talking about.
But generally, Ronnie, tell me more. Like, what were some of the highlights of that Impact show?
Honestly, I don't have highlights. I just enjoy the entire show.
The Jay White match I remember being pretty incredible. It was him and Saban, right?
I've always been a Saban fan, so I was pretty excited about that.
And
Alex Shelley's match was good.
yes,
the mixed tag match was, I don't know. It seemed like it was a little quick.
yeah, it did. It really did.
It seemed like Nick Aldis was just kind of like, whatever, let's just do this. But everything else was pretty solid. I enjoyed it.
Good. Nick, I know you watch a lot of The Collective.
Yeah.
I only got to spend about 2.5 matches there. I literally walked in the last show to help tear down, and they're like, "Here, switch these matches," and I was like, "Oh, okay." So I got to do a little bit of Black Label Pro, so that was fun. I had no idea what was going on.
I mean, what I saw that one I watched this morning. It was show came out great, especially the last 3 matches. Were
Fantastic.
Yeah. But like I think I was telling before, my favorite match of all WrestleMania weekend was Dr. Wagner Jr. versus Psycho Clown.
I keep hearing about
from the World, and they had the 6-man tag. It was Team Gringo Loco versus Team Bandito, and that did the ASF shoot where he jumped on the middle ropes, and the 2 guys slingshot him into the air, where he was like 7 feet above the wrestler, and then came down with a
I saw that spot. Oh my gosh!
And then he did the tilt-a-whirl where Rey Mysterio used to do, where he would go when he would do the head scissors but go around the entire body. He did that through 3 different people.
Jeez.
That show was good. The Big Gay Brunch is always one of my favorite things to watch. I got to see Kid Bandit. I love Kid Bandit. Effie versus Suzuki was really good.
I kept hearing about that too.
Just because Effie spent the whole time trying to kiss Suzuki, and that was great. And when he called Suzuki a bitch and told him to hit him harder. Oh my! And my Bloodsport was great because there was a guy in the front row that looked like Sorg wearing his mask and a hat, and I just thought it was him the entire time. And I was going to text him, but I was like, I'm pretty sure he's working a show right now, so I shouldn't text him.
You texted me a picture of it, and you're like, "Is that Sorg?"
Yeah, I did. The Bloodsport match, the one that came way there, Thatcher versus I don't know who Thatcher wrestled. Was it Kratos?
I had an experience with Thatcher actually.
Dude.
So he walks up to me. I know it was one day. I think it was the first day or something, and I'm just at the table sorting things out. And this guy walks up on me, and only the ring lights are on, so there's nothing in the back. So this guy walks up, and he's like, he asked me a question, and I didn't really catch it right away, and I was like, okay. He was like, asking me like, hey, is this where so and such happens? And I'm just like, I'm sorry, who are you, sir? And it's like, oh, hi. He's like, hey, I'm Timothy Thatcher, and he shook my hand. I'm like, oh, I didn't recognize you from your silhouette in my view. So then we had a good laugh. But anyways, but yeah, I didn't know he was let go.
Yeah, he was let go a while ago.
Oh yeah,
I literally didn't know
at least 90 days ago
until I met him. I was like, it's one of those, like, it was also like, what are you doing here? Don't you have a job? Kind of things.
I will point out that if you're going to put on your own show and put yourself in the main event, Josh Barnett, don't get blown up in like 10 minutes. Jonah worked him to the fight where he was sucking air at the end of that. Like, he could barely stand up.
We had the former Oni Lorcan. I keep forgetting Biff Busick. I saw Biff Busick, and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And I'm like, I don't have a connection in my head. Also, another guy I forgot got let go. He had Suzuki on one of the shows that we were doing. I think it was the Super Show. and he's like bleeding like the first
Yeah,
minute
because
in
John
from-
Moxley beat the piss out
Yeah,
of him.
yeah. So it was like an unintentional blood fest. I don't think any of them were supposed to that we were doing. So and I did see. I'm sorry, I realize I'm remembering things now. It's all freaking blur and it's all meshing. Mike, you I think you brought up the housekeeping match. Or
Yeah, the dirty dishes match. I was gonna ask you about that.
So much glass, so much, so much trash talk on the mic. It was wonderful.
So let's step back just a little bit for those of us that don't know anything about any of that. Who was in it? What was it?
What are you?
You should have.
Are you running the podcast,
Johnny Drip Drip?
Bradley. I talked all about
John
it.
Morrison and Taya,
his wife.
His wife. And apparently they've been feuding over the dishes not getting cleaned or being put in the dishwasher. So they had this dirty dishes match, in which they brought out the dishes and just smashed each other with them this entire time. And then at one point, Johnny gets on a mic, is like, "I've hit you everything about the kitchen sink. Bring out the kitchen sink!"
That's great.
Yes.
That's great.
So,
God
Mike,
damn it.
I gotta get
He
you
is
to
now
see
called
this
Johnny
one.
Kitchen Sink.
Johnny Kitchen Sink.
He is now called Johnny Kitchen Sink.
I watched him in 3 different matches, and then I'm pretty sure he was something different. Like he was Johnny Bloodsport.
I think he was Johnny Super Show or something on this one.
There was on the GCW Lucha, the World Lucha, he was Johnny Calabrero.
Oh jeez.
And then there was one other, Johnny Bloodsport, Johnny Calabrero, and
He should have just been called Johnny WrestleCon for the whole weekend.
Well, actually, no. I think he was Johnny WrestleCon for that show. He might very well have been. Actually, it was fantastic.
And I will say, like GCW puts out some really good promos leading up to the match. The Alley Catch promo against Mickie James, where she said, "This isn't a dream match for me. This is my wrestling fantasy." As she's on her knees with candles right around her, looking up at the camera, like all those some films that you get and watch. That might be of an adult nature. She cut this whole promo just saying that, her fantasy was wrestling Mickie James. She did the old lesbian, look that Mickie James used
she
to
did
do
at
to Trish
WrestleMania.
Stratus.
Yeah.
She did that to the camera.
So she Mickie James.
She did that in the promo.
That's
leading up to it.
fantastic.
That's amazing.
Leading up to it, and then she has pictures of Mickie James throughout her entire career on her wall behind her while she's doing it. She even had the Lucha Mickie James from when she was wrestling with Alexa Bliss.
Ooh.
La Luchadora.
Yeah, El Luchadora. They had pictures of that on there, and she's cutting this promo just saying,
Well, that's what Mickie did with Trish.
Yeah, she did the exact
like
same
in the
thing.
first couple promos, Mickie lived in a room with pictures of Trish, and even had Trish from her old modeling days and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's wonderful.
And
That's
the best theme song of the weekend was still, Buff Bagwell's "Came Out to the American Males" theme song. Great. And the fact that he took a super kick like a champ from Joey Janela. The clusterfuck was clusterfucktastic.
I did see Masha Slamovich versus the Bear. Because it was the main. Oh, no. It's the main event of. Hold on, let me set it up. It was the main event of the Zicky Dice thing, and we were in there just because we had the set for the next show as soon as we were done. And you see just the Tron that says the Bear, and the first thing you see come out is Pero.
Which makes sense.
He's the Bear. He's a bear.
Yeah.
He's if you've seen Effie's Big Gay Brunch, right? The Twin Killer, right?
Yeah.
And then it comes out a bear in a bear suit, which resembles Barry the Bear from BTE. And then it's revealed it's Max the Impaler. Yes. And
I bet that match was
and there was
good.
also I didn't know what the choice was like, will she feed the bear marshmallows or like a piece of meat? And I think in Twitch they had a poll or something because it was a whole Twitch thing, right?
Yeah.
And they said they will feed the marshmallows. So it's like, what is happening right now? It was weird and fun, and I don't even know. So I gotta say the WrestleCon experience, being there at least in my capacity, but also I realize this probably mostly resembles what you would have as a fan. I walked the floor like twice, real quick. ran into some friends. Mike Kingston from Headlock, got to chat with him a little bit. Got to see a few other people. And but it was really wild just to walk around, and I'm walking by the bar, and there's Godfather sitting at the table having some food. Here's Rock and Roll Express. Here's Rich Swann talking to some people. I walked in the first day, after setup. The first person I saw in the lobby was Britt Baker. The second person was Sam Adonis, all Pittsburgh people. It's just like, it was really weird. Missy sends me a text. Big Show's really tall. I just literally ran into Heath Slater. I'm going down there where again, one of the crews that was hired along with us. He was doing this kind of like Sports Center talk segment that was ongoing. I think it was free on the feed for Fight with all the Fight people. I just keep going. I'm checking on him, just like, you need a bathroom break and stuff, right? And I'm just like, is that fucking Sonny Ono? It's like Sonny Ono was there the whole time. Soko Val was there the whole time, here and there. Somebody's interviewing Bushwhacker Luke on the couch over here. It was just, and this is just in the kind of the common area, right? It was just really surreal. And I realized at one point I got to see Lita in person, at least from across the room. Did not dare walk up. But I realized, like, through the course of those 3 days, just about everybody I would want to meet in wrestling was in that building. Whether I did or not. I just randomly walked out to go get the pizza. We got pizza for the guys after breakdown, and there's Ric Flair getting in the car. Which is like,
and you got to meet Izzy probably.
What?
Did you get to meet Izzy?
Not that I'm aware of. I didn't see. Oh yeah, she was supposed to have a table or something.
Super fan table where you could pay to meet her.
Yeah. I did not see that.
I don't see a 30 being okay for a 45-year-old male to pay to meet a 15-year-old girl.
None of that is good.
There's somebody I walked by. I didn't know who she was, but from like a tell of the stuff they had up, I didn't even know she was a wrestler, but most likely a porn star. But then there's everybody else, like Maria's at a table, and Johnny Gargano, was there. Didn't get a chance to catch up with him or anything, but Virgil was there. I avoided Virgil like the plague.
Virgil's at the casino that I live next to. 4 days a week.
Of course, he's always. I hear one of my clients is like, yeah, I keep running down to Virgil down at the Rivers down here downtown. Yeah, he loves to gamble, man. But yeah, it's just that it was super surreal. I gotta say, as a fan, if you have not, I don't know what Access is like this year or anything, or had been, but like Wrestlecon is a pretty cool event, because all these people are there. And again, just kind of those chances, like, well, there goes so and so, kind of thing, is just a really cool, fun thing.
See, that reminds me of like a 2002 Ring of Honor show, like when they were in like their second or third year, when they would be in Dayton, Ohio, and I would go out there all the time, and you'd like get up to go to the bathroom, and you pass CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Samoa Joe, Jay Lethal. They're just walking around, and you're just like,
yeah. Well, remember they had the like New Japan like crossover show here at Stage AE.
Yeah,
we're just went up. We get the cheap seats. We get GA, go up top, try to find a table.
That's where I.
And there goes like Kenny Omega and the Bucks past us and everything, right? Because they were doing the meet and greet upstairs. Yep. No, absolutely.
I met Hiromu there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to meet him and Daryl, and that's the first time I ever met Suzuki. And I went up and shook his hand. And I didn't put any money in his tip jar. And he just stared at the tip jar and then stared at me and stared back at the tip jar and just kept squeezing my hand until I put money in the tip jar.
And also, and the fact that it is like, AAA and New Japan are represented here, like, which are basically the biggest companies in those other countries, right? Mm-hmm. They're the WWEs of their respective countries. Like, it's so much is accessible there. I think it's a worthwhile event. It was a really cool event. The shows that they had were very good. Like, I can't speak much for the Zicky Dice show because I didn't see much of it, but like all the shows that we were involved with were tremendous and a lot of fun. And even I didn't know what the USA versus the World show was going to be, but there was some tremendous ones on there. I think that was that might have been Speedball and no, not Bandito. That was the other show. I don't know. It was one of the 100 Speedball matches.
Wasn't in Dallas? Wasn't Control Your Narrative down there?
Yeah,
we don't talk.
I don't. The only reason I'm bringing it up.
So were 100 other shows.
The only reason I bring it up is John McChesney was on it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'd rather.
Ref George worked it too as a ref.
Did he?
That's
yeah.
all I know.
Well, he'll be on next week, so we'll talk about that with him
Okay.
and how that went. I literally know zero about how that went or anything like that.
Because they probably had like 13 people there.
But
like,
also, again, there were like 100 wrestling shows.
Yeah.
Casanova Valentine was throwing shows in bars at
and
1 o'clock in the morning.
And between all the crews that our crew did, like we did 20 of them. Between my group over at WrestleCon and the group that was over at the Collective, that was doing 4 shows a day. We did like 6 shows plus tapings at ours. Like it was pretty nutty.
And that's why you've had like 3 hours of sleep a day.
No sleep. No, it was like no sleep till Mania, baby. And it was pretty incredible. Although I
would definitely like to just go to WrestleCon and go to all those shows and not go to WrestleCon.
So
can you talk into your mic, sir?
Yeah, Ronnie.
Hello, Mike.
Yes.
Mike in my face. Hello.
Hello.
Testing.
No, absolutely.
I
and it
just
would
have
be
a genuine question about like. So the WrestleCon, do you have to pay for the individual shows, or is it just
I think some of them. I didn't investigate like fully when they had sessions. I think there was a COVID/fire marshal kind of thing.
Okay.
So you could I think you bought a ticket to the sessions, and then not all the shows, but a lot of them were included with the you would get GA with your ticket,
Okay.
I believe, because some of them had like tickets, and then some of them had seat upgrades. They were pricey. I will tell you, they were fairly priced. I was surprised at some of the ticket prices. But man, you got some good shows out of it. Like there were not any.
Yeah, I was because I don't think they had a WrestleCon in New Orleans.
They probably did.
No, I don't think it was like there were a lot of shows that were happening.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it was like an organized.
There was a WrestleCon.
Okay.
Yeah, because they've at least had them since 29. So, and I thought they've had them every year except for COVID.
Yeah.
So they even I think they did have them last year, and I know I've talked to some individuals that didn't go last year because with the restrictions, they said financially it didn't make sense.
Oh, you know what? They did have one, but it was far for us to travel to.
Yeah, I mean, and this was downtown. Not terribly far from the arena where Raw was necessarily. I don't know where the convention center was that they did WrestleMania Access. But it's not always terribly close to WrestleMania, unfortunately, because I mean it's whatever is available, and and I think we talked about in the past. It's been difficult to. We think WWE is putting up roadblocks for some of these groups to do things, and just to confirm. They did, yes. There was definitely New Orleans in 2018.
Okay, it must have been far away then.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a location, but for them, like there is like a WrestleCon Super Show is the biggest thing there, and I'm looking at some of these main events. So of course, yes, we saw low key almost kill a man. There was that. So.
Not surprising.
No, not surprising. Ring of Honor. What did Ring of Honor do? I'm still catching up with what Ring of Honor did.
I didn't get a chance
you
to
didn't
watch
get a chance
it
to
I
watch
was watching.
Ronnie did, and
it was very good.
Yes. Highlights, please.
Let me see here. What can I remember?
I mean,
Ronnie
besides the stripping of the old Ring of Honor, anybody that Tony Khan isn't going to rehire.
Minoru Suzuki, TV champion.
Yes.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Poor Red Titus.
Ronnie. Hi, Ronnie. I'm hearing a few people saying FTR versus Briscoes is not just one of the best matches of the year, but one of the best matches they've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the. I'm going to say top 5 of the best matches I've ever seen.
Wow.
Without question, and I couldn't believe it. It was good. It was a banger. Wheeler Muta won the Pure title.
Mm-hmm.
Samoa Joe came back.
Samoa Joe did come back. He's going to be on AEW tomorrow night.
Yeah, I guess Max Caster and the
Moriarty versus
Max
Lethal.
Caster's going to make a fat joke.
He is, and then he's going to get his ass beat.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of future Ring of Honor has.
Did it seem to have a different vibe? Did you feel like there was like an AEW production vibe of some sort in the show? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I was excited about it. It was a really good show, but they stripped all the titles of all the people that they're not picking up. and they're just starting from scratch.
Makes sense.
I mean, which is basically everyone other than Gresham.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mm.
It was a great show, though. I think you guys will enjoy it when you watch it.
Excellent. Well, I have it. I don't know why it's on my account, but apparently I have it on my account. So we'll get into that. And
somebody had to have ordered it and don't realize.
Somebody ordered it. Maybe they didn't know they were logging into my account or something. So it's on Underclub and stuff. So I ain't mad. I just need time to watch it. I need a good 3 hours to put aside, and that's hard right now. Anyways, well, I guess while I edit the show, do I watch my Dark or do I watch this one? So, anything else from the collective that really kind of stuck out for you? You said you watched most of it, right?
I watched most of it. Maybe some of it. A lot of it was me listening to it because I was at work.
Yeah.
But the Glory Pro, was it Glory Pro Wrestling? Was the first one on Thursday, and a lot of names I'd never seen before.
Yeah,
heard of it. It was nice. Like a lot of Booker T's kids were wrestling in that one.
Nice.
The tag team called High Def was really, they stood out in a High Def. Fantastic. I'm sorry, no, they were called Fly Def. Fly Def.
Even better.
Yes.
Even better. You're selling me on this.
Yes, now. That was good. Joey Janela, Spring Break's always one of my favorite WrestleMania. Just weekends because they just do some crazy stuff on that one, and the Invisible Man spots always make me laugh. They brought back the Joey Janela versus Jimmy Lloyd 6 foot COVID match where they're trying to fight each other with social distancing. They brought that spot back.
I heard so much about this show, actually.
I saw that show.
Because the thing is, like, we were cycling videographers.
Yes.
So I get videographers that did Collective, and they come over and do our show at WrestleCon for the day, and they're like, this match, dude, kind of thing. So I was getting, like, kind of, like, at least verbal updates for the most part with it. What show was that again?
That was the Joey Janela Spring Break 2.
Okay.
And that was during the clusterfuck, was when they did that spot. It was a brought back from the COVID show, the first COVID show they did. It was the Trent Acid Cup, nights 1 and 2, where Joey Janela and Jimmy Lloyd actually did a social distancing match. So they brought back spots from that.
Nice.
Nice. X-Pac wrestling with a torn bicep. He tore his bicep against about a month ago in a match with Joey Janela against Cardona and Brian Myers, and then didn't tell anybody because he knew he was having this match with Joey Janela until he got there. And he's like, "Hey man, I have a torn bicep, but I'm working this show." And he said that he's going to go get it fixed and come back and do his last. He has like 3 more matches he wants to do before he's done. So I mean, X-Pac wrestled like a 20-minute match with a torn bicep.
Jeez,
that's crazy. You could tell when it was done, like he was hurting. That was good. Bloodsport, I'm not an MMA guy, so Bloodsport kind of is hit or miss with me. Ninja Mac versus Yo-Yo was really good. And the other one, Johnny Bloodsport versus Simon Grimm, which blew me away.
I've seen some.
I love Simon Gotch, so when he was with the Vaudevillains.
Right.
So Simon Grimm, and I'm a big MLW Contra. That Contra, he was part of that. That was awesome. But their match was, they just beat the piss out of each other too. Like Grimm works hard. I'm trying to think of anything else that really stood out.
Well, I think we'll give you a second to think of things. Let's wrap it up, guys. What'd you learn from wrestling this week? There's so much to learn. I learned the power of 7 Nation Army.
I learned that you don't have to watch the main product to enjoy WrestleMania.
No, absolutely not.
Because WrestleMania made us all happy. Of every generation of wrestling fan, we were all happy.
It's the last time we said that. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Excellent. Hey, who's next?
I learned that I finally got to my father enough that without me being there, he actually watched some of WrestleMania by himself.
Nice.
He said he watched the main event and he saw Omos and Lashley Sunday night.
Awesome.
So I was like, wow, he watched it without me. Wow.
My favorite part, again, I'll go back to watching Britt Baker. Not Britt Baker. Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair with my daughter, and just having my daughter watch the greatest wrestling match she's ever seen before, and just the look in her eyes where she's just getting into it, and just being a part of that. Like, I had more fun watching her than watching the match.
That's awesome.
Has she seen the Bailey and Sasha takeover match?
She has. For a long time, Sasha was one of her favorites. So I've shown her those matches, but she just she fell out of it for a little bit because she's 13 and a teenager and a lot of fun. But
has she seen Sasha in The Mandalorian?
No, she has not.
You should just show her that one episode just to see if she freaks out.
Yes.
Don't tell her what's about to happen. But when Sasha Banks flies in a jetpack to save Baby Yoda.
I've been trying to get her to watch more Io Shirai matches because I think I think she would like that. So that's I'm trying to push mine now. I'm trying to find women wrestlers that I think she would like because I know which ones
may
I
I
like.
make a recommendation then?
Yes, sir.
On Tubi TV, find the episode of Lucha Underground where it's Pentagon Dark versus the Black Lotus Tribe.
Yes. I remember that match.
Just show her that one episode and say, if you like this, there's a lot more.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's not like I don't know people that if she decides this is something she wants to look more into, that I could send her to and get trained. So.
Billy, what'd you learn?
I learned that I still like the British style of wrestling. I've been watching Progress and NXT UK again. It was like my first wrestling matches I've watched in 2.5 years.
This is your kind of comeback to wrestling mentally kind of situation.
Yes, and holy crap. I forgot how much I love the British style of wrestling.
And Progress is on Peacock WWE Network, right?
Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah,
yeah.
Yep, sure is.
It was just it was like one of the free shows that they put on YouTube, and I don't remember. It was I think it was Old Man that yells at Cloud.
Yes,
was the chapter.
Yes, I used to pay for Progress to watch that because I was a huge Jimmy Havoc fan back in the day.
It definitely. Like I said, I want on my off day, I want to watch all of WrestleMania now because that brought me back to liking it, like enjoy it as a fan and not be like, ooh, that looked weird, type of as a worker. So,
from the chat because I realized I wasn't updating this thing. Let's see. Match of the night was Briscoe's FTR. Willow versus Mercedes was good as well. From I believe that was Ring of Honor, right?
Ring of Honor, yeah.
Sean Ross made an appearance in the Clusterfuck Battle Royal.
He did, and then got low blowed.
Wow, so much fun. Oh man. I learned. Listen, there's this thing when we talk about the gathering of the Juggalos and I've been a big proponent of it, and it's something that I've kind of said to myself, if the opportunity, obviously the last couple of years were weird, I have to go, right? Like something in my soul says I have to go, and this is the experience, and this is a part of me. I now feel that about WrestleMania and WrestleCon weekend, right? Like this is the lady crying next to me. This is, seeing everybody, catching up with everybody. Again, people I haven't seen forever. It's like a reunion. It's that like-minded, everybody descending on a city, kind of situation. And there's nothing like that. And even if you're like, Ronnie, you're talking about going to just WrestleCon and nothing, man, get some cheap seats or something for WrestleMania just to see it. Just to, just to experience that, because I think that'll change things for you as well. But it's just as much as I can. I no matter where you're at with stuff, like WrestleMania is still WrestleMania, right? And if you have the chance to experience it, even just once, it's the Mecca for a reason. Well, we went to the Mecca. That was Madison Square Garden. But man, that's that vibe. Mike, you've been to several of them. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, that's just a whole other level. So.
Yeah, especially when you see things that you wanted to see happen, but you didn't consciously know you wanted to see them happen.
Stop being so cryptic. What are you talking about?
No, I'm just saying WrestleMania can do that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Like WrestleMania, like there's a saying that Vince has always said, like, you people don't know what you want, I know what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, I'll say 364 days a year or 363 days a year now. He's not always right.
Right.
2 days a year now?
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets it right.
Yep. If there's anything he can do.
And let's talk about how he's a jacked old man.
He is. He is. He's looking a little awkward at his old age,
but still.
Yeah.
I learned the magic of editing.
The magic of editing. That's Stunner.
Oh my God.
Holy hell.
That Stunner today looked a lot better than it did on Sunday.
Oh my.
It really did.
You can fix anything with the right amount of camera cuts.
Mm-hmm.
You can fix anything.
Mm-hmm.
Can you fix that cage match I was in?
I tried. I tried. We only had one camera. I had no budget on that show. Okay.
Well,
Big Blue Cage. Check it out. Check out the Big Blue Cage match on IndieWrestling.us, Indie Wrestling Network.
Ronnie and Nick Griffin were against each other at some point.
You were actually.
We were.
We paired off
I
most
was
of the
just
match.
like, just stay with me. Just stay with me.
Jeez.
We did the best we could with what we were given.
Big Blue Cage. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Bucket list item. And I also learned.
I was talking to Billy just for a second about the blue cage match. Oh,
yes,
gosh.
yes.
Is that really why Victory Championship Wrestling is happening? Is just to bring that back?
Wait, what?
Just to bring back and just have like one of the mains will be you
You
and
know what,
Ronnie.
and man,
Big
I mean,
Blue
if you've read our social media that an amazing person runs, it says that Ronnie Starks is Nicholas West's right-hand man.
It is true.
For now.
For always.
Until the turn.
For always. I'm not working ever again, Bradley. Stop asking.
The cage
Sure
should be
thing,
green.
Terry.
Green.
The big green cage.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yes. Oh man, pick it up at the Black Diamond yard sale. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Okay. Oh my God. With that being said,
ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, Nicholas Griffin / West on Sunday.
I'm gonna buy the women's title and give it to Tatiana.
Victory Championship Wrestling.
Let's not do that either.
Quality Reynolds TV title. Thank you, Bradley, for stopping by.
you.
Billy for not being that guy that hit the window earlier.
Yeah, thanks,
fuck
Billy.
that guy out there, by the
That
way.
guy's a jerk.
Fuck that guy. What the fuck was that about?
What's a groomer?
What's a groomer? Hi, groomer.
Okay, groomer.
What is that? What is happening in this neighborhood? That's the first time I've had somebody hit my window that wasn't just trying to get my attention as a friend.
I don't know, but I looked up like groomer meaning TikTok.
That's probably not it. No,
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 don't do that. Don't do that. Let's go. We gotta go.
Explicit tag. Mad Mike,
Stop, jeez.
Ronnie, sorry. Go to Victory Championship Wrestling or any of the other wrestling shows happening in your area or this area. And if you Mayhemers, I will be in Los Angeles this weekend. You know, checking the landscape for WrestleMania next year. So, and Dutters will be with me. So, and if you know any good wrestling shows happening in the greater LA area that we can go after our 5 o'clock cut time for our work, we would love to see some SoCal wrestling. Let us know. I think I got tabs on something that happened on Sunday. I gotta go find that Facebook post again. But let us know, or if there's anything good to eat. That's other than In-N-Out Burger, because obviously we're doing that. Come on.
okay, I'm saving my money and I'm coming to Los Angeles next year.
You better, Ronnie. You better, Ronnie.
I'm
You might. Hey, Ronnie, I might put a camera in your hand and get you some work at
That's
this
fine.
rate. So
I
mean,
might
there's only
also
we
try
only.
and go to-
Yeah. By the way, I gotta give a shout out. We on the air while we're here. I mentioned him before, but hey, shout out to Mike Moran with E2A. For one, assembling such a great freaking team and hooking everybody up with some great opportunities. Thank you to New Fear City, great guys up there from New York City that helped out with a lot of the productions, including they were on Collective for a bit. They were on WrestleCon with me. for a few shows. Thank you to Go Professional Wrestling. What a hell of a group. Those guys are freaking they're all over. I think they're going to Alaska this weekend. Damn it, they're all over the place. And there was some girls, Allison and Jen down there from the Texas area that helped us on video cameras for a lot of shows. Jen, I didn't get to work with because she was in the wrong place, but Allison was fantastic. She was a big part of that Impact Wrestling show, and I think maybe also the New Japan show, if I recall, too. And also thank you to my wife for tolerating all the massive wrestling for the last week and being a killer freaking camera person. So
she's the Blake Christian of shows.
Missy Sorg is the Blake Christian of shows for production. Thank you, everybody. I thank everybody that said hi, and I'm sure I'm forgetting half of the things that happened this past insane week. So thank you. We'll see you guys next week. Our guest next week is referee George Ross. I'm sure he's going to tell us about some of his WrestleMania experiences as well. And we'll see you guys next time. Until then, Mayhem out.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.